Welcome traveler, I'm free-to-play and I'm a guide for a successful free-to-play adventure on Terra. Today we'll discuss how good Ditraina really is. So first things first, her passives. When using a light attack, she gains that light aura. When using a dark one, she gains a dark one. When having both active, she gets 30k damage cap increase. So Elrica was also able to get damage cap up when in her the warrior style, so there is a slight condition here to achieve it, but she can also crit with her skills, and while both auras are active, you crit guaranteed. Having the ability to crit with a magic was already implemented into the game with the Nefty's global buff, but you need 8 of those cheer points to have those. That's not something which is super fast achieved, so speed clearers will still want Ditraina for having that dead aim very fast. And there are a lot of fights where you think, wow, having Ditraina here makes perfect sense. More for light as for dark, but there are a lot of adversary battles to come. Especially because a lot of her skills hit AoE and hit up to 6 times without a lot of preparation. Those AoEs lower the resistance of that element by 15%, and she can cap that herself with a random foe skill like you know from Dark Rose and Varkin. So you don't need another one of those on your team and can still play Primrose EX as your buffer. Her nukes also do strike 2 times when in Infinite Twilight, so to say, and also increase elemental attack by 30%. And apart from that, that ultimate is so Hollow Knight, isn't it? And if that enemy has a dark and light weakness, then this is 8 times single targeting, which is just huge, but sadly is not activating her passive, so you don't get 2 turns of Endless Twilight right before your break. So apart from active damage ups like Renew, she needs only passives and ultimate buffs. Pair her with Zenya to have 30% dark elemental attack up and 30% elemental attack up, like oh my god. So to make her even more powerful, of course, there are cool items from the adversary log where you just need 2 now for her. Take care of her elemental attack up with Blood-Soaked Cup and Lynette, for example, if you missed out on Zenya, who happens to be in the same banner too. So we all know that Sacred Blaze banners are really expensive, but she can be so damn powerful, also hitting AoE for those damned adversary battles here, where you have to deal with those minions too, which have totally different weaknesses than the main boss. It's just annoying and time consuming. And having the opportunity to get another Canary for her ult 10 or getting your first Leon for completing your merchant trio seems also promising. So I was pointing out Elrica once, as she is also able to hit light and dark and has a lot of support towards sword, which magic is missing. Right? What are the options now boosting elemental damage nowadays? Bargalo can raise wind, Axbros can raise lightning, and Soleil boosts light damage by 10%, but sadly only with her ultimate. Lowering light resistance down passive is not as powerful today as getting passive dark resistance down. If you don't use Eunice ultimately, but getting elemental defense down passive is easier than ever with Soldan breaking or having Laura in your team, so you should be good. And ultimately you can use Zenya for elemental defense down or use Cedric to achieve that too, or both. Even if it is a bit harder to get her to hit maximum with light than it is with the dark, as there is way stronger support out there than it is for light, still you can arrange your team around to make her the one and only DPS who can hit really hard on all enemies, which is really nice to see. Having one of those AoEs, the resistance down skill, and the opposite element's nuke are everything you need for her, battling opponents with either light or dark weakness, and her ultimate doesn't give her that much of a bonus, so U9A0 is all you need for her to hit hard. She's very straightforward, easy to understand, and can be a deadly force to take into the battle, so a few pulls wouldn't hurt, wouldn't they? But this is my opinion. If you think otherwise or have something else to say here, you're welcome to write in the comments or in my Discord group. And if you'd like this channel to class up, I really appreciate a subscription if you didn't already, and give thumbs up to the video if you like what you've seen. See you next time, you're free to play.